Hello children, today we will start with Unit 1.3 on Wings of Courage. So children, this chapter is a biography on Arjun Singh, who was a senior air officer of the Indian Air Force. This lesson revolves around the achievement and deeds of valor of one of the most talented officer of the Indian Air Force. So children, in front of you are the ranks of the Air Force officer. So the topmost rank is the bottom one, that is Marshal of Air Force. Okay, that is the topmost rank that any kind of Air Force official can get, which Arjun Singh had received in his career. And the least one, that is the pilot officer. So these all in the middle are the between ones like flying officer, flight lieutenant, squadron leader, wing commander, group captain, air commodore, air vice marshal, air chief marshal. So the topmost one is Marshal of the Air Force. So now here are the abbreviations used in the lesson, that is the short forms of the Indian Air Force and the different ranks and positions that are there. So the first one is IAF. IAF stands for Indian Air Force. DFC stands for Distinguished Flying Cross. RAF stands for Royal Air Force. RIAF stands for Royal Indian Air Force. RAAF stands for Royal Australian Air Force. CAS stands for Chief of the Air Staff. AOC is for Air Officer in Commanding. AOC in C stands for Air Force Officer Commanding in Chief. So children, now let's see and understand the various achievements and contributions of Arjun Singh. Now let's read the passage together. Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh, an icon of India's military history, will always be remembered as a war hero who has successfully led a young IAF during the 1965 Indo-Pakistan War. The only officer to attain the highest post of Marshal, the Air Force equivalent to the Army's 5-star Field Marshal. Singh was a fearless and exceptional pilot who had flown more than 60 different types of aircraft. So children, the meanings are: Marshal means an officer of the highest rank in the armed forces of some countries, and equivalent means equal in value. So I'll start with the explanation here. Children, Arjun Singh is a well-known personality in the history of Indian military. He was the hero during the Indo-Pakistan War in 1965. So children, young IAF is used because at that time India had just established its military force, as it wasn't a long time after independence. So Singh was the only officer to achieve the highest post of Marshal. So children, just imagine, we have completed more than 70 years of independence, but still Arjun Singh is the only IAF officer to achieve the highest post, which is of the same value of the highest post, that is the Field Marshal. Singh was a brave and fearless pilot who flew more than 60 different aircrafts in his whole career. Now let's read the next passage. He played a major role in transforming the IAF into one of the most potent air forces globally and the fourth biggest in the world. His contribution to the Indian Air Force is monumental to the least. The IAF grew with him. He was the epitome of military leadership in classical sense, and it is, therefore, not surprising that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal. Former Vice Chief of IAF, Kapil Kak, said, the meanings are: potent means having great power. Monumental means very important. Epitome means perfect example. So here, Singh played an important role in building up IAF into one of the powerful air forces in the world and also the fourth biggest in the world. He had made a lot of contributions towards the IAF. He was the perfect example of military leadership. Therefore, he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal, which is the highest post, and this was all said by the former Vice Chief of IAF, Kapil Kak. Let's read the further part. Singh was honored with the rank of Marshal on the Republic Day in 2002. Sam Hormuzji Framji, Jamshedji Manekshaw and K.M. Kariappa were the only two army generals honored with the rank of Field Marshal. Known as a man of few words, Singh was not only a fearless pilot but also had profound knowledge about air power and applied it in a wide spectrum of areas. Singh had assiduously led the IAF during the 1965 war and denied success to Pakistani Air Force, though it was better equipped with American support. His most outstanding contribution was during the war, said Kak. The meanings are spectrum, a wide range. Assiduously means showing careful attention to details. So I'll start with the explanation here. Singh was given the rank of Marshal on Republic Day in 2002. There were only two army generals who were honored with the rank of Field Marshal. There were Sam Hormuzji Framji, Jamshedji Manekshaw and K.M. Kariappa. He was also a person who did not speak much. He was very confident pilot and was a knowledgeable man. The IAF had won the 1965 Indo-Pakistan War because of Arjun Singh. He led the force with great care and then we won the war even though Pakistan had the support of America. Let's read this passage. Commending his role in the war, Y.B. Chavan, the then Defence Minister, had written, Air Marshal Arjun Singh is a jewel of a person, quite efficient and firm, unexcitable, but a very able leader. In 1944, the Marshal had led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arakan campaign, flying close air support missions during the crucial Imphal campaign, and later assisted the advance of the Allied forces to Yangon, formerly Rangoon. The meanings are: commending means officially praising. Squadron means division of Air Force unit. So I'll start with the explanation. The defense minister of that time, that is Y.B. Chauhan, while appreciating his role in the war, had compared Arjun Singh with a jewel, and that he is the most talented and hard-working officer, and said that he has all the qualities to be a good leader. In 1944, Singh also led the division of Air Force unit against Japan during the Arakan campaign, which was an undecided attack into Burma. He also helped in air support missions during the Imphal campaign, where the Japanese had tried to attack the Allied forces. He also assisted the advance of Allied forces to Yangon, which is in Myanmar. So children, let's read the next passage. In recognition of his feat, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross on the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, the first Indian pilot to have received it. Singh was selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course at Royal Air Force RAF, Cranwell in 1938 when he was 19 years old. He retired from service in 1969. Singh was born on April 15, 1919 in Lyalpur, now Faisalabad in Pakistan, and completed his education at Montgomery, now Sahiwal, Pakistan. His first assignment on being commissioned was to fly Westland Wapiti biplanes in the Northwestern Frontier Province as a member of the No. 1 RIAF Squadron. The meaning: biplane means old type of aircraft having two pairs of wings, one above the other. So children, I'll start with the explanation. Arjun Singh had contributed so much towards IAF, and he had led so many wars and campaigns that he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. So children, this is an award that is given as a mark of honor for outstanding service and achievements. So he was awarded the DFC by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia. Children, Arjun Singh was the first Indian pilot who received this award. He was also selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course at Royal Air Force in Cranwell, which is in England, in 1938. So children, just imagine that he acquired all this just at the age of 19. He retired from service in 1969 and he was born on April 1919 in Lyalpur, which is in Faisalabad, which is now in Pakistan. He had completed his education in Montgomery, which is also now in Pakistan. His first assignment in the Indian Air Force was to fly Westland Wapiti biplanes as a member of the No. 1 Royal Indian Air Force Squadron. So children, we will stop here for today. The next part of Arjun Singh's biography will be done in the next video.